Hello Willow Creek fans, this is Tony and we are here at the Fall Branch Collector Sale. That's what we're calling this one this week. So I wanted to start outside and show you the outside first, and then we'll work our way through the rest of the house. So as you can see, we have a lot of concrete planters here. We have some resin ones as well as wrought iron, and there's some really lovely pieces here. If you don't like the paint color on these different planters, you can always change that, but some of these are very good planters. We do have a table set that is for sale as well, and you can see we also have some gnomes and a few little angels over here on this side as well. So now we're going to, hopefully Karen's not having her finger over the microphone. If she does, let her know, send a message to her.
I'm sure you will.
Yes. So we're going to head this way, and I want to start off with these reindeer here and say Merry Christmas everyone, because I'm getting ready to take you to the Christmas world. So if you'll come with me, we'll go into the garage. So Karen, why don't you just show them at a glance the Christmas, and then I'll walk around and talk about some of this stuff in just a few minutes. So in this sale, we absolutely have some very stunning Christmas ornaments. You're going to see some very high-end items. We, starting off here, we have all of these tree toppers, and there's quite a few of those. A lot of the pieces that you're going to be looking at during this sale are Lenox pieces, Waterford pieces, and Department 56 collectible pieces as well. We have some beautiful flower arrangements. And then we have snow babies. Most of the snow babies we have never been taken out of the box. So if you're a collector of snow babies, this is going to be the sale for you. And then if you're into villages, Department 56, the Dickinson Village, we have most of them, and I don't think any of them has ever been used for the most part. So you're going to see all of these villages here, the pieces to it, as well as she has the trees, the street lights, all the stuff that goes with it. So we have Christmas over here, some more of the different Christmas ornaments. We have, I think Karen's still showing Santa Clauses and things like that. So if you'll come with me right here, Karen, we have the hand-painted balls. There's like probably 10 of those that are in this sale. They're quite beautiful, and I'm sure she paid a lot for those at one time. We have tons of candles. Most of them have barely been used. We also have some luminaire candles that you can light up at the bottom by turning them on. We also have candles you can put on your table. Tea candles for those type of thing, and most of these are tapered as well. And we have a little bit of Halloween on this table, but not a lot. Karen, why don't you show them all the boxes that we have? Some absolutely beautiful Christmas boxes. We also have some stunning garland that you might want to use at your home, on your stairways. You could also use it on the outside. And then we'll go to, she's still showing you down there. So we'll start down here at this end, Karen. So we have an angel collection here. She collected angels there throughout the estate, you'll see in a few minutes. We also have some keepsake ornaments that are from Hallmark. So if you're a collector of these, you probably want to come to this sale so you can get those as well. Once again, some more angels, Santa Clauses, and like I said before, most of these things have not even been taken out of the boxes. We also have some candles here, as well as some more Department 56 pieces. And then, like I said before, we have Waterford pieces throughout the display here. This is Department 56 trees. These are quite expensive if you buy them separately. So they'll all be priced individually here, but these are for the different villages. Once again, we have two boxes that have never been, or two sets of trees that have never been out of the box. And then over here we have a vintage, as you can see, a vintage manger scene, and it's pretty neat. So I would say this is probably from the 60s, maybe time frame, somewhere like that, maybe late 50s. And then we have, it looks like the carolers, and these look really, really nice. I think they've been well used. There's some fading to them, but they're still in very good shape. We also have Christmas stockings. We have some chargers. We also have gold and red chargers. And then we have these neat little feather ornaments that have never been brought out of the box. Some vintage plastic pieces, Christmas pieces, vintage ornaments. And then here we have some Lenox pieces. These are the high-end Lenox pieces. Some of these are marked at $30 to $40. And then some just different ornaments, a lot of them from Department 56. You can see more vintage Christmas vintage ornaments up here as well. So we've got several different, we don't have a ton of it, but we do have a lot of it. And then down here we have the holly, the glassware, that if you're looking for some Christmas glassware, we have that. Some more of the beautiful balls, more garland, Christmas decoration, and more just Christmas ornaments. And like I said, a lot of them are on the high end as it relates to Christmas. We have a Christmas jar, very nice. And we have a Christmas train set. So if you'll follow me into the house, we'll go and check out the kitchen. Oh, you might want to pan right here. We just have a few items, some Easter items here as well. This is for sale as well. It's an entertainment center, and it's in pretty good shape. Now, this is a message for Michelle. Just so you know, Michelle, I didn't wear my shorts this time because you said you were blinded by the light, so I do have slacks on, okay? Just wanting to let you know that. In our kitchen, we have, you'll see below here, we have pots and pans. Nothing significant. There's not a lot of those here, but there is a few. We have Fifth Avenue, two of the, looks like red and white, red on clear, and it's quite lovely. Both of those pieces never been taken out of the boxes. We have lots and lots of coffee mugs and glassware as well. We have a beautiful cake stand here that is in really great condition, as well as two other cake stands and a vintage ice bucket. I think it's kind of neat. Up here you'll see some vintage greenware, and we also have some really nice wine and champagne glasses. And I really like these bowls. I think these are quite neat. There's not a mold on them, so they're quite old, and they've got a great look inside of them. Let's just keep going this way, Karen. More stuff underneath the stove, as well as we've got a lot of, I guess you could do water or tea. And this one is vintage, and so is this one. I would say this is from the 60s, 70s, and this might be about the same. Go this way. We have a beautiful set of Lenox china, the Christmas china, the holly pattern, and it's in excellent condition. I don't know that it's ever been used. The gold looks really good on it. I certainly know it's never been put in a dishwasher. We have another set. We have a little bit of the of this pattern of the Lenox, but not a lot. Just a few vases and a few pieces here and there. We do have this set, which serves 8, but this is all we have to that china set. This is a Lenox bowl as well, so it's quite lovely if you're just looking for a Christmas bowl. And then this is a Nortaki set, and it's called Holly as well, same as the one that Lenox does, but it's the Nortaki version of it. Now at the bottom here, you'll see we have some, this is for, I guess, the man cave or the cabin. We have these cabin-like lights with antlers, canoes on them, and I'm not saying it's Tiffany, but it's got that look to it. It's really nice. the light looks really good there. We have a buffalo picture as well as some chairs here. And then as we move over here, we have a vintage stereo, probably from the 70s. Unfortunately, it doesn't work, but if you know how to repair these things and you're working on them, or you're looking for that vintage look, maybe just as a table in your house, that mid-century, you might want to consider this piece. And you'll see that we also have some beautiful carnival glass. These are actually very beautiful carnival glass pieces. It's rare to see them that large and in that condition. We do have some hunting furniture, as I would call it. So if you like this look, then you know we've got a love seat and a chair for that, as well as you can see this hunting lamp. It's pretty nice too. And then across here we have some brass, some vintage birds, probably from the 70s, a clock, just an assortment of different things. And then as Karen pans down, you'll see that we have some electronics, phones. We also have the ducks. These made by a company Light, Carry Light, and that's for a hunter so that it's not heavy when they're putting their decoys out there while they're hunting. You ready to move on?
Are you ready to move on?
I'm ready to move on. Let's go this way. So now we're in the linen room, as we're calling it. It's also the clothes room. We have some very beautiful shoes in here. Most of them have been well taken care of in the closet. We also have a lot of pocketbooks, as well as some little purses that you would put into your own big purse. More shoes, lots and lots of clothes here. A lot of them are designer type clothing, so you know you'll have to really pull through it. We only had a limited amount of closet space, but very nice, well taken care of. We have some beautiful linens here, and Karen even went above and beyond and wrapped them in string.
I know. Did I do good or what?
Yeah, you did really great. And sheets, some blankets, you know, towels, a few things like that. And like I said, more clothing. So it will be fun to dig through this because there's a lot of neat things. We do have a Singer sewing machine, and whoever did this must have liked Mickey Mouse, so they put a little decal of Mickey Mouse on there. So if you'll follow me, Karen. We do have a small section of books here, not a lot. There's not a lot of books in this home. So some of them are children's books, a few of them are just romances and things like that. Now, we're in the toy room, and when I say toys, I mean toys. We have a lot of great vintage toys at this sale. So, we have, starting over here, the Barbie Dreamboat, and I have it here as well. That's the top of it. We also have some doll furniture, and we have quite a bit of it. And it's by a company by the name of Shakeman, and as you can see, that the little piano plays itself as well, so it's kind of neat. But all of it's in excellent shape as far as the doll furniture is concerned. We do have some clothing, Barbie clothing in here. Some of it you can see from that 70s period, kind of neat looking. We also have 6 Barbie dolls that have never been taken out of the box. We have some Ken dolls, and then we do have a vintage Shirley Temple doll, which is in excellent shape. It even has the little pin on it, Shirley Temple on it, so it's quite nice. We have some vintage Disney pieces that hung on the walls in the 60s. We have those sets, that's kind of neat. We also have a little pinball machine from Disney. And then this is kind of neat, even though we're missing a piece on the end of it, it's a Target practice type thing that a little boy or girl would have played with. And like I said, we are missing the very end of the gun and the little pellets that went with it. This is probably an old, what you would call a pinball machine. This is actually from the 40s. It's kind of neat. It's very old, and it's well taken care of, and it does work. We have some vintage cars. Most of the cars y'all are going to be looking at are from the 70s, late 60s, and we have quite a few of those throughout. We have posters. We have Bo Derek, which is highly sought after right now and very collectible. So that's a poster you might want to think about. And Karen will have those out at her little station because they're a little provocative, sort of. And then we have, and what was that rock group that we had?
Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden. We have 2 posters, and most of the Iron Maiden is going for quite a bit. We also have a Soto poster, baseball poster, that is quite rare and very collectible. Now, in the cards you're looking at, we have NFL cards, we have hockey cards, we have baseball cards, football cards, NASCAR cards. We have all these cards, and some of them are highly collectible and sought after, so we're going to have to figure all that up a little later on. And like I said before, we have a lot of vintage toys, a lot of little boys' toys. We do have some Hot Wheels, a few vintage pieces in there. Most of these are probably from the early 70s. We do have this cute little guy. He's Snoopy's. He's from the 50s. Right at the late 50s towards the early part of the 60s. Rock'em Sock'em Game. If you were a kid and never played that, it does work. We have a little tea set here. We do have records for all those record fans. Not a ton of them, but we do have some records. We also have some series, the Gaither, North and South, if you are into watching movies. And for those people that want to know about whether or not we have 75s, we have 33 75s as well as the small records. So, and then a few things on the floor. We have a Jaws, but it's missing some pieces to it. That is just a box, the dragster, if you've got that and need a box. And we have some really great vintage trains. These are from the late 50s, early 60s, and really cool. Don't know if they work. You'll have to get batteries to see, but once I looked them up, they're quite expensive if you buy them online. We do have a Batman mobile, and it's in good shape. It's a little dirty, but in great shape. A few baseball things, roller skates, if you got kids that like to roller skate. And then we have the Suzy Homemaker Super Oven, which is kind of cool. And if you want to pan back over here, we have a lot of board games. As you can see, we also have 2 vintage doll beds from the 70s, which is kind of cool. It's got that 70 vibe to it as well. And we have a rabbit. Oh, this is more doll furniture in case when you come into the room and don't see it. Now we're going to head to the bathroom. I don't need to go or anything like that, so we're just going in here so you can look at it. We have some really nice vintage mirrors pieces. These have little jewels or rhinestones on them. They're kind of neat. Some more gold ones. Lots and lots of little compacts for those ladies who might be looking for something like that. And then over here we have, for those, we know we have a couple of people that like collecting the small perfume bottles. We have, I would say, maybe 30 to 40 of those, and lots of lotions that have never been opened. We have some perfume bottles that she collected over the years, quite beautiful. And of course we have some luggage right here. Here's a brand new set of Victoria's Secret perfumes. So we're going to head back out and go this way. Here is a lady's secretary. It's in absolutely great condition. It's beautiful. It's got a great veneer, a great look to it. So if you're looking for something small to have as a desk, this would be a great thing. We also have some and you're getting ready to see here in a minute, we have a lot of porcelains. We have Dresden, we have Meissen. We have some really, really beautiful pieces that she's collected over the years. So if you're a collector of those type of items, you will really enjoy this sale. Down here at the end, we have, most of this is Lenox. If you like the Lenox, that soft or cream white, it's quite pretty. We do have this little, I don't know if you would call it a bar, or probably more along the lines of keeping linens in, small area. For the most part, it's in really good shape. It's got a great veneer on it. Oh, welcome. As I said, this is a house of collecting, and I can't tell you every single item that's on here, but I'm telling you, like I said before, we have Dresden, we have Meissen, we have Lenox, we have all kinds of beautiful things. This table right here, the two tables that you see, are both 24 karat gold leaf. They're quite nice, very stunning. And then, as you can see, this is a lamp that was probably from the 70s period, quite vintage during that era, and it's got a really good look to it. A more of a lamp style light. We do have what I would call Victorian light. This is brass. It's in excellent condition. It has the original globe with it. If someone's looking for something like that over their dining room table, this is a great piece. Clock with marble on it, which is quite beautiful. And then we just have a variety. This is solid brass, and it's quite heavy. It's a sculpture. That's not good if I was to drop it. This has been painted on glass. These are French pictures, and it's actually painted on the inside of glass. So it's got a really good French look to it. And I would say that for the most part, this is very French inspired, the pieces that she has in the house. This is Royal Albert, if you collect that. We have some Limoges right here, which is quite beautiful for Limoges, and it's all, I think, in pretty good shape for the most part. I didn't see any cracks. We have some tea kettles or teapots. I know a lot of people collect those. And then if you'll head this way, we have two more, I would say 50s, 60s, early 50s maybe lamps. We have Bohemian glassware here, some actually really, really pretty pieces. Most of that was made in Poland, from what I can tell. We do have a few little Oriental inspired pieces, not a lot. And of course, we always have some form of silver plate. So we have lots of it. It'll be beautiful when it's cleaned, but it's all here as well. So everybody can still hear us, Karen? Okay, just making sure.
I guess.
Capodimonte, we have, and most of the time with Capodimonte, a rose or a petal gets broken, and it's not as valuable then. But I have probably maybe 20 pieces of Capodimonte, and as far as I can tell, nothing has been broken on any of the pieces. We got a piece of Dresden here that's in excellent shape. It's quite lovely. It's quite beautiful, really. Some Meissen pieces, like I said. Just very beautiful things that she collected and certainly took care of and made sure that nothing got broken. We also have a Lazy Boy chair here. And it seems like it's in good condition based on what I can tell. And we pulled it out and make sure it could open and all that. And we have a print that's an engraving print, probably the turn of the century. And then we have two sofas. So if you're looking for little love seat sofas, they're done in a butterfly pattern, but it would be easy to recover if you didn't like this pattern. and they look like they're in pretty good shape as well. And as you're going through here, all the rugs are for sale throughout the house. So if you see a rug, you know, I didn't mention it, you know, just make sure that you know you get that. This is an old ashtray. We're missing the ashtray itself. So if you have an ashtray that you could put in there, that'd be a kind of a neat piece that would be more along the lines of that mid-century look. So welcome to the dining room. So over here we have, I guess you would call it little animals, little people. A lot of them are Humco, a company that was pretty popular about 10 years ago. Like I said, we have some quite different pieces as far as Dresden mice and all that. This is a really nice dinner set. There's a lot of plates to it. A few have chips on them, but for the most part, you can tell that it's been used, but there's plenty of it to make a place setting with no chips. It's called Poppy Trail. So it looks pretty good. It's like a pottery porcelain type. We have some glass over here, some beautiful pieces of bowls, you know, no chips, and they've got a really good look to them. And if you're looking for something like that, you might be interested in that as well. Some pieces of Waterford, some decanters. We have some cordials, and we have frogs. These are hard to find, the frogs. So we have one frog with sterling silver on the outside of it, as well as 3 other different frogs. And then we have blue china, and this pattern, let me make sure I get this right. Can't read that, but it's a blue and white type china pattern, and it's in for the most part in really good shape. So if you're looking for the blue and white and you like that look, right, this is a nice set to have. We also have some very high-end bowls here. We have some American Brilliance, a few pieces of that, piece or two of Waterford. And then we have another set of china here. There's not a lot of it, but if you're looking for china just for a serving of 8, you should be fine here if you're just looking for the plates and the salad plates. This is Gorham, made by the Gorham Company. We have a screen, Chinese screen, and it's looks like to me it, for the most part is in excellent condition. So if you like that type of look, or if you're trying to hide something in your house, this would probably be a great thing to purchase. And in here, I think that's it, but we're going to go outside and finish the video, and I'm going to show you why. Dogwood?
Yes.
So, we are not going to have anyone come up the driveway at this sale, and the reason why is because there's such limited parking. There's no way you can park on the street. It's a main thoroughway or a main street. So what we're going to do is have you turn on a street called Dogwood. And if you look here, there's actually a field. It's in excellent condition, and they're going to allow us to park on it. So if you will pull your cars forward, then what you can do after you get ready to leave is just turn around and go back out that way. So we just want to make sure that you guys knew the proper way to park here. We're going to try to make sure we don't inconvenience any neighbors, but there's no way anyone could park on the main street here. So hopefully you will figure out where it is. I will have signage to show you where the Dogwood Street is, as well as making sure you can see the entrance to the grassy area. As always, we don't answer any pricing questions, so please make sure you don't ask us on Facebook. I know a lot of you do, and we answer the same way. It's just that we just don't think it's fair to everyone if someone else gets priced before the sale. And I think that's it. Karen, did I miss something, or should I turn it back over to you so you can say a few words?
So I think you did really good, and I think everybody should be really proud that I did not have my finger over the microphone this time. And I think that everybody has been able to hear you, and you did a really nice job.
Well, thank you. I'll see you all hopefully on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Our hours start at 11 o'clock on
Thursday.
So we're going 11 to 6 that day. And then, of course, on Friday we'll be 9 to 3, and on Saturday we'll be 8 to 2. And as always, 50% off on Saturday. So I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll talk to everyone later. Thanks.